What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Dreamin Diesel. Dreamin Diesel. That's new. Yeah, you heard that right. Finally went ahead and changed the channel name like I said I was going to. Change it to Dreamin Diesel. I just think it fits the channel a bit better. You know, the diesel obviously comes from all the diesel trucks that I have and work on. And then my love and passion for diesel trucks. It's really what I like to do, and it's what the channel's about. And then the dreaming part comes from I've got a lot of big dreams and big goals to reach. You know, I'm chasing those every day. So it's really important to me, and I think everyone should be having big dreams, big goals, and do the best they can to reach them and enjoy life doing it. So I thought that went well with the diesel, and it looks good and sounds good. And then it's something I can hopefully brand in the future. You know, maybe get some stickers made and some T-shirts at some point, but you know, that'll be down the road. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think. And also, I went ahead and made an Instagram account for the channel as well. Just, you know, have some truck pics and whatnot, you know, just for the channel. It's under this, also Dreamin Diesel. Yeah, so go ahead and follow me on there. I'll probably put a link here somewhere, or I'll probably put that name up here somewhere. And I'm also, I thought about making a Snapchat account for the channel as well. That might be down the road, but let me know if you guys would be interested in that. It might be kind of cool to keep you guys updated on day-to-day stuff. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for all the support. It really means a lot to me. You know, those guys that are liking and commenting every video, that's pretty cool for me to see. I hope you guys are enjoying everything. You know, we're growing slowly, but hopefully we can kick that up a notch here soon. So if you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. I'm really going to have a lot of videos coming out, and I've got a lot of time to work on the trucks right now, so plenty of videos. You know, we got a lot of 6.0 content coming out right now, trying to get that crew cab done. Then once the crew cab's wrapped up, then we will, probably going to be working on, it's like my work truck. It is, you know, a while back I said I work with my dad and grandpa at my grandpa's construction company. So for work, this is my work truck. It's almost my company truck, and it's got a few issues right now that they worked on it a month or two ago. But they couldn't quite get it figured out. So I might go ahead and take a stab at it and see if I can get the issues figured out. But so that'll be after the crew cab. Then after that we'll be on to my 6.0. That's a silver super cab, my plate truck. You know, just for reference, I call that truck the 6.0 and call this the crew cab, just to differentiate them. And then after that, we'll finally be getting into some more 7.3 content for those of you guys that are looking for that. You know, it'll be springtime. That'll probably be about a month or two from now. It'll be springtime and get the truck back out on the road, do a few things, and get back to driving it. I'm excited for that. Haven't driven it in a while. Kind of miss it, you know. Also, just wanted to throw in there, I know I've mentioned it before, but I'm planning on doing a giveaway to 1,000 subscribers. So if you're new, subscribe for that. I'll get more details and stuff once we get closer. And if you guys can help the channel grow, you know, liking the videos, and if you can and are willing to, share the channel, share the videos and stuff, that would help out a lot. Tell them to come join the Dreamin Diesel family. Hopefully have a lot of fun. Lots for the future. Lots of cool things in the future I'm planning. So, you know, I'm gonna keep making videos. Got all the trucks and stuff. I'll have the trucks for a while, and I'll be adding more in the future. So it should be pretty cool, and we should all have a good time together. All right, so today we're gonna be in the shop with the crew cab again. Keep making progress on that thing. Just to kind of point out, you guys have always seen me kind of working in the same spot. This is actually our wash bay. This is my dad and grandpa's shop for their construction company. Not my shop, not my tools either. These are all pretty much, the majority are my uncle's tools. A few of them are mine, but mostly my uncle's. You know, so I really am very appreciative for all this, the shop, my uncle's tools, and them letting me use their stuff, use the shop. Really appreciative and thankful for all that. You know, that I have all that available to me. You know, obviously without that, I wouldn't be able to work on these trucks. I wouldn't be able to do what I do. Wouldn't have a lot of good videos for you guys. You know, you gotta have the right tools in the right place to work on the stuff. Makes everything a lot easier. So just figured I'd point that out for you guys. I figured it'd come up at some point. But other than that, I think I've been rambling enough. So let's go ahead and get into today's video. All right, so as you guys saw in the last one on the crew cab here, got the turbo out. I took out the IPR, and we're just kind of working on all this stuff up here. Got all that out. I just want to show you guys the parts that we're going to be putting on here pretty quick. Got the turbo rebuild kit, updated oil feed tube for the turbo, updated drain tube for the turbo. This is a little engine trim that goes on the top of the motor and holds the wires up. Going to be doing a new IPR. Here is the old one. I'll probably show you a comparison between the old and the new there. Another CCVO ring. We got a new filter minder. Then I got the engine oil pressure sensor coming, or the repair pigtail coming from Ford. So this is kind of what we're going to be doing here quick. We're doing next. Then I'm just waiting on injector. Oh, then we got to do the oil pan. Well, like I said, we're waiting on injectors. So got those coming from Riff Raff. They should be here Thursday, they say. So hopefully we'll get the oil pan done, get turbo rebuilt by that time, and then maybe Wednesday or Thursday we'll go ahead and get under the valve covers. And we've got, like I said, the injectors and do the standpipes and dummy plugs. And then I'm probably gonna go ahead and do the glow plugs at the same time as well. So that's kind of what's coming up next. So the plan here for the crew cab, at least within the next week, hopefully this week we will have, the engine will be wrapped up, should be pretty much done, completely done, oil pan, injectors, turbo, everything should be done, and then probably maybe towards the end of the week, or while we're waiting for the injectors, we'll have some time, and I'd like to have the interior done as well. If I could get that done, that'd be pretty cool, and have it ready to drive. Then we'll drive it and service everything, and that's where I'd like to be, hopefully within the next week. Alright, here I got some stuff from Amazon, might make working on the stuff a little bit easier. Got some magnetic trays, got a magnet, it's a tarp just to have in case I need it. And there is a black on the bottom, is a, oh come on, where is it? Oh yeah, just like a little fender cover pretty much. Alright, look what we got here. Some more goodies. Tire step. Does fit on that big tire too. Should make working on it much easier. And apparently I ordered two. I didn't think I ordered two, but $35 off Amazon. I'll probably put a link to them. Yeah, pretty nice. Stays on there real nice. Yeah, I didn't mean to order two, but I got two apparently. So that works. Alright, let's check this out. Got the door open today. Got the 150 there. Beautiful day here. 55 degrees. So here is the IPRs. It's the old one here, new one. This is just a little cover, covering up this part. I'm gonna be putting this new one in here just to be safe. So we're gonna go ahead and we're getting that in right now. Alright, so we got the new IPR back in. Went in pretty easy. Again, I took the FICM out. One, just to take it out, and because I'm doing injectors, but it does make it a lot easier to get in there. Again, I use that 1 3/8 wrench to tighten it. Doesn't have to be all that tight, just a little snug with the wrench, and that's plenty. Then again, you can see that little cover on there. Make sure yours has that, and you put that back on. Protects it from the heat with all the up pipes and the turbo being right there. So got that back in, and now we're working on the turbo here. I'm gonna go ahead and take it apart. You're gonna take apart this, take this clamp off here first. You should spray everything with WD-40 first. I didn't do that yet, and then go ahead and mark it like I did there and over here, so that you just to make sure everything goes back in the right places. All right, I'll get this thing taken apart and give you guys a look at it. All right, so got the turbo apart. Now that clamp is 11 millimeter for the nut. So these are your what is this thing? Oh, it's your unison ring that moves here, and then those are your vanes moving in there. You want to check and make sure everything moves smoothly. Then you got, this is your turbine wheel, exhaust wheel. This is what controls your VGT. It opens and closes the vanes. So yes, this is what the part you're going to kind of be rebuilding. You take the compressor housing off there. You replace all the bearings and stuff on this shaft here. So you might clean it up a bit here. This is like when you hear about like cleaning the 6.0 turbo, this is what you clean out here: your vanes and your unison ring and all around here and stuff. All right, so I might clean it up and then we'll go ahead and start taking it apart for the rebuild. Alright, so what you want to do when you get this all apart, you want to check for wear in here. Go check inside in there, and check inside where your vanes slide through. Make sure it's not wore out. Look for any cracks in this as well. Then check your vanes too. Make sure those are nothing's wore out on those. You can also check this actuator here. That can start to wear out if it gets really bad as well. Then normally you take all this apart and clean it. We just did it not long ago. So I think it's pretty good. We don't need to clean it again, so I'm just going to leave it as is. I think it's good enough. Might throw a little bit of anti-seize in there, and that's about it. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and start taking this compressor housing apart here and go from there. Okay. Alright, so starting on the turbo rebuild here. You got to take off your, there's 6 of them. 6. These are 8mm or 5/16 12-point. Take those off and then your compressor housing will come off. We're going to do that first. Here is the rebuild kit. It comes with everything you need. Got your journal bearings, your O-rings, and your thrust bearing. Alright, so I'll get these off. Alright, so we got the compressor housing off. I'm pretty sure this can only go on there one way. You know, this here is going to line up with that. That came off easy. Then we just got the compressor wheel off. What you're going to do is, I'm using Riff Raff's instructions. Makes it pretty clear. Other than they said to use a 14mm on this, you can try it. Otherwise, we had to use a 9/16. That's what fit best. And then you're going to use the hold. There's not a whole lot to hold, but you're going to hold this little bit here on the turbine wheel there with a 22mm wrench. And then you got to go counterclockwise because it's, what is it? Or sorry, you gotta go clockwise because it's what, right-hand thread?
Right-hand thread.
It says it's right-hand thread.
Yeah.
So you know, backwards of what it normally would be. So that's what you gotta do with that. So now we're gonna go ahead and you gotta take out, these are more 8mm or 5/16 bolts. All right, so got the, what is this? I think this is the backing plate off. This little arrow here is gonna point towards your oil feed, so that's how you know it can know which way it goes back on. You can mark it as well. Mine's a little oily and dirty, so it's kind of hard to get a mark on. So just you can work off that arrow and make sure that's pointing towards the oil feed here. Okay, so then you should have all of your seals here. Yeah, okay. So this is gonna go. So the way that goes on, and you've got the. Okay. This is your thrust bearing. So and this is the stock 270°. Slides right on the shaft there. A few seals and stuff.
2 bushings.
Turbo on its side. It's more turbine wheel. Ah, it does say lightly tap it. Yeah, see, lightly tap. There it goes.
Yeah.
Those don't. Do those stay in there? Oh, they all stayed in there. Okay. Here's your turbine shaft. I got a few of your journal bearings came out. All right, so got the turbine shaft here. What you gotta do, you gotta pull this seal off. It goes right. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Goes right in there. Gotta pick that out with a pick or something. So you get a new shaft, or you get a new seal. I got that soaking in oil right now. Then the rebuild kit comes with, you got your new journal bearings and your spacer and a second journal bearing. And you got your 4 new bolts for the center housing there. You got your new paper gasket for the oil feed tube. Then you have an O-ring that goes on the, right over here on the backing plate here. Like it seals the compressor housing. And And then I got some stuff soaking in oil here. You're gonna have your, you get all new with this. It's like a thrust collar, thrust bearing. I get, and I think it's better, you get the 360 degree one. I'll show you that here in a minute. But we're gonna get this new seal on and then show you what's next. Alright, so I'm putting the new oil seal on the turbine shaft here. So you just slide it over and you gotta push it in. You can get it into that little groove there. In there. Let's see. Really wanna go ahead and oil everything up. Probably helps it go together better and make sure you're not. There we go. So now that new seal is in there. Alright, so got the turbine shaft. We're going to slide your journal bearings on there. Like that. Then you've got your, I've got them in a couple oil here. Helps to get them all oiled up. So you got your spacer in the middle, and these are your two bearings. Like that. Let's take a look. So I guess you can, yep, see this is different already. So I guess throughout the years of 6.0 turbos, there was different versions of these. Can you see down here or no?
Yes.
Okay. So
I can zoom in if you want.
That's fine. I mean, can you see it easily? Good enough?
Alright. In a way, but...
Oh, yeah. So, you can see that there's kind of a different size there. On the older ones, the spacer is bigger, and then the new one, the bearings are bigger, so the spacer is shorter. Doesn't really matter either way. You just make sure that you're using, obviously these bearings are only going to go with this spacer, and those bearings are only going to go with that spacer. So yeah, just to point that out, there's going to be different sizes, and the rebuild kit might be different than what you have in your turbo. So as long as it equates to the same length, you're good. Okay, so then you insert the shaft into the hole here, and a little, I think it should get the seat in there.
It says it might click when you get it in.
It should.
The wheel will move 1/8 of an inch.
Come on. There it goes. Okay, so now your seal's in there. You're all good to go. Got your new bearings. Then we're going to be working on getting the, what's next? I think the thrust collar or thrust bearing. So again, on the turbine shaft, you got your seal, then you got your two bearings and the spacer. And now we have our 360 degree, see how it's connected, 360 degree thrust bearing. So you have your smaller oil seal. It's going to go on, what do they call this? The thrust washer, thrust bearing? This is your thrust bearing. So this small seal, other small seal you have, goes onto here. I don't want to be dripping everywhere. So there we go. Got your oil seal on there. Right, so then you got this little with the spacer or washer that goes on there like that. Then you have your thrust bearing, thrust collar, and you're gonna see it's got the rails or the oil valleys in there for the oil. That's gonna go down. I believe it only goes on here one way. Yeah, it only goes on there one way. Then this is gonna be up with the where you put that oil seal, because that's gonna seal on the backing plate there. So then this will go down like that, and there we go. All right, I pulled what was left of the O-ring off the backing plate, and I'm just gonna go ahead and clean this up with a wire brush. Just because there's a lot of this O-ring left on there, and just to make sure I get a good seal. Alright, so you do have another O-ring that's going to go right in here on your center housing. Let me get that soaking in some oil. I'll put a Mac guy.
Mac truck.
Mac guy. Alright, so you're going to have to pick this out.
That one's intact for the most part.
A little bit. All right, and get this new O-ring back in. Just like that. It's all oiled up again. Alright, then the backing plate. Then you put your backing plate back on. Again, make sure the little arrow there pointing towards the oil feed. Your plate could be a little click. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. Alright, and then you just line it back up. You get your, oh, that's what, one more thing. You have your compressor O-ring to go around the backing plate here. Oil that up, lube that up with something. Oil works just fine. That's gonna be fun. Well, finally got that O-ring on there. It's hard to stretch that around everything and get it to stay. Maybe I shouldn't have oiled it, but it's on there now. Probably go ahead and put some cleaner oil on there, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put the 4 bolts for the backing plate and get everything back together. Alright, so we have our turbo back together. Got all the bolts tightened down. These ones up here go to 12 foot-pounds. Also the 4 in there that hold the backing plate on, 12 foot-pounds. And then your compressor wheel and turbine shaft and all that goes to 10 foot-pounds. As long as you get it tight, I mean, it'll tighten itself because it is right-hand thread. So as the turbo spins, it'll pretty much tighten itself. So, but yeah, everything's back together. Let me show you everything we replaced. 4 bolts that go to hold the backing plate on. You've got your journal bearings, bearings and spacer that go on the turbine shaft. O-ring for the backing plate. Your oil seal on the turbine shaft, and your thrust collar, thrust bearing, we replaced with the 360-degree one, and then you've got your compressor O-ring. And that's about it. Turbo rebuild, really simple, really easy to do. Not too complicated at all. Alrighty. Alright, so yeah, well, we gotta get the turbo. We'll get the turbo put back together. Alright. Turbo is all back together and good to go. Got the compressor and exhaust housings back together. Good to go, all rebuilt. Alrighty guys, so as you saw, got the turbo rebuilt. So yeah, we're making progress. Didn't get quite as far as I wanted to this week, but keep moving forward, so that's good. So yeah, we're just gonna keep going, and next week we'll be getting to doing the injectors and a few little things, and we'll be moving along. But that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about the new channel name, Dreamin Diesel. Let me know what you think. Give me a comment, any questions or anything, or any ideas or anything. Let me know down in the comments. Like the video before you go. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.